Hello folks, we're looking at my Tracker Pro 170. We're going to talk about what I think is a design flaw. As you can see, maybe, I've got a couple of, there you go, I got a couple of scuffs from the first time I took it out from the dock. They have this designed with two cleats on each side, one at the bow and one at the aft. Now if you hang your fenders on the bow and the aft, if you notice, the boat's design, it bows out in the middle, right about where I got my scuffs. So, that design does not allow you to prevent that kind of damage. So what I did was, I got some Scotty products. It's got 241 mounts, and I mounted them here and here. They're a ½ inch away from the rail. And this is hollow aluminum, so those are size 12, 1-inch long stainless steel sheet metal screws. And this is wood, nearly 1 inch thick, so these are size 12, 1.5 inch stainless steel screws. Say that 5 times fast. Okay. With this one at the very front, is it stops being wood and you have like a gap until you hit a metal band that holds the floor onto the boat. So I actually drilled through that and into the band as opposed to drilling into the wood. So you might want to move this one about 1 inch or more that way. You still got plenty of clearance from the trolling motor, although you don't normally, if you're up here fishing off of this bow seat, the trolling motor is going to be up and in the water and out of the way anyway. Now this one was placed in accordance to the other side, just because I'm a little OCD. Since I can only place it so far forward on the other side, you can see the anchor system on that Scotty mount, because I could only mount it so far forward because of I needed the clearance for the console. And a little bit of OCD, I put it here to match. I could have put it a little bit further up here, but also with where it's at, if I put my triple mount on it, I can still open this without it being in the way. The rod storage, that's what that is. Now the great thing about the Scotty mounts is they only come off one direction. They have a notch. And there's a notch, if you can see it, there it is. There is a notch in there where that has to line up. That's the only way it will come out. So you can spin it any direction, and you notice it will not come out until you come back to that point. Now here's the Scotty 241 mount with the anchor mount. The line goes in through here, anchor comes out here, line goes up and through here, through this hole and out here. And as you can see, there is a traction on the inside, so the rope, when it goes through there, all it does is catch friction down here when that closes and holds the line. So while I'm driving down the lake or the river and I get to a point I want to stop, I can just sit right here in the driver's seat, pull my rope and let the anchor drop, and then set it right here. If I'm by myself, that comes in handy because it's hard to drop the anchor anywhere else. You end up drifting all over the lake. And as you can see, I've got these mounts. Now these triple mounts that I have on back are from another company, but the good thing about Scotty mounts is there are so many different interchangeable parts, and there's other companies as well that make them that are interchangeable with the Scotty mounts. See, there's the one on that side that matches the ones we showed you earlier. There's the one on this side. Now I didn't have the same trouble with this one that I had with that one, screwing too far away from the wood. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's for the extra allowance for where the trolling motor cable runs, which, by the way, be careful. Everywhere I have mounted I've already confirmed with either talking to Tracker Boats or taking these panels off and putting my head and a flashlight in to make sure there are no wires running. So everywhere that I've mounted does not have any wires in the way except this one. This one from the console has several wires from the depth finder, the fish finder, and from the console that runs underneath there, but you can put, on this one, you can put your hand under there and feel where the wires are so you can hold them out of the way as you're drilling. But be very, very careful if you're going to mount there. Also, as a point of legal reference, I was told by the Tracker service department that they do not recommend that we install our own rod mounts. I'm showing you how to do it if you so choose, but legalese dictates that I mention that Tracker has stated officially that if any damage is done as a result of where you mount your rod holders, that area of the boat will not be covered under warranty repair. You basically voided your warranty for that part of the boat. So keep that in mind. I recommend taking it to a Tracker, a certified Tracker mechanic service area to have it done. That is my disclaimer, so that there are no legal actions against anybody, especially me. But where I've mounted these, again, except for the one spot, there are no real problems. In the back here, you will run into insulation when you're mounting back on the transom on the other side by the triangles. You will run into some insulation. I ended up pulling out some white plastic that I didn't know what it was at first, and I reached my hand through and could feel it, and I also confirmed with Tracker service department that that's all that is back there is insulation. Now this channel right here houses all the wires that go back to the motor. So all these wires come here underneath this triangle and in this channel. If you notice, the other side does not have that channel. See my battery charger there? That side does not have this channel. This side has the channel because the wires run from the console here, both steering column, you know, all the electronics, the depth finder, the fish finder, and all that, and the throttle control, all run through this panel, underneath this specialized panel here, under the triangle, and to the motor. So if you're you will not hit these wires when mounting back here, as long as you don't mount there, because they do run under the triangle. They don't run under this, they run under the triangle, into this channel. So I would not advise mounting on this channel at all. That's basically an overview of all my Scotty mounts. They have all kind of different interchangeable parts that can go on these, so you can customize not only where you put these, but you can customize what you put them on. So this is another Scotty accessory. This is the camera mount. You can slide a GoPro in there, or you can mount a digital camera on that nut there, and it does the same thing. It goes into the Scotty system and locks in. And then you can film yourself as you're going down the lake. When I'm actually trolling the lake and I'm by myself, I will take off the gotta get one out here. I take off the anchor and I will put on either the triple or a single Scotty rod mount so that I can troll as I'm going down the lake. So I can troll for walleye or whatever as I'm going down the lake. Now the triple is easier because it comes off away from the console easier. And then when I go to stop, I can just put the anchor mount back on. You also have, and I don't remember the number, these that can go on there, and you mount those on there like I did. And then you can have yourself two more 2 more fenders. Now if you look, now we're protected. Now we don't have anywhere that sticks out past the fenders that can scrape the dock. And if you notice, that is right by, now right by where I scuffed. I don't know if you can see it. Now, the reason why I mounted them more there is not only because that's where I scuffed, but I also mounted them in such a way that they can be used for the other interchangeable devices, such as this one right by the passenger seat. Now, when we're on the water here in the next segment, we're going to show you how you can exchange these out and not waste any space by mounting them there. Because if this was the only thing that went there, that's a waste of space, just mounting something just for fenders. But that is not the case. I'll see you in a few minutes here on the water. You see how adding the 2 Scotty mounts in between the already mounted cleats? The design of the boat is such that it curves out going toward the end, and you end up with scratching your hull against the dock because you do not have enough area to put fenders. Just adding those Scotty mounts solves that problem really, really well. Now once you're on the water, see, I'm on the water. Once you're on the water and you no longer have need for your fenders, you're not wasting that space, because the great thing about the Scotty system is it's interchangeable. So you take off your fender and you can pop in a rod holder. And there you have a dual use space. You're not taking up any space, and you're helping not damage the hull of your boat. And you're on the water and you're fishing. That is an anchor assembly, an anchor pulley assembly. Pops right on the same Scotty mount as we used over there. And all these mounts are interchangeable. So you got my 3-rod holder system back there, and I can put the anchor thing back there. I can put a fender thing back there. This is my first day out on the boat with this system, and I must say I'm liking it a lot better now that I have these. It's a lot more convenient, and as I showed you earlier, the fender problem and the scraping of my hull is no longer a problem. So good fishing to you, and we'll talk to you later. We try.